we just watched the first episode of Altered Carbon. We are going to do an episode by episode review just because a lot happens each episode.
Yeah.
And trying to squeeze that into one review.
Oh my god, if we tried to do all 8, because based on last season, trying to do all 8 episodes would be like, there was a lot. Like, each episode really is
episode is like a little movie. Yeah.
It's like a episodic Game of Thrones series where you got to be like, okay, episode 1, episode 2,
really do.
3, 4, like.
But okay,
getting back
episode
on track.
1.
Yeah.
You know, and for anyone joining this, we'll have spoilers. So.
Yes.
Spoilers.
This is a spoiler alert. We'll also have it in a little title description thing.
Spoilers.
But this is your in-video spoiler if you just put it on autoplay. Spoilers ahead.
Okay.
Got it?
Alright, so episode 1, Altered Carbon.
Mm-hmm.
We have Poe. It starts, we have Poe, and we're, in a little bar. And Poe is like the best AI.
He's just so wholesome. He just wants to help people. And
he really is.
Be a
He's
bartender.
just a helpful little bartender AI. And so he's talking to this bounty hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And she's looking for ChromaGlitch. And at this point, we get the first glimpse that there's something wrong with Poe. And, in season 1, the thing happened where they attacked the AI with, nanobots?
Yeah, nano hack bots.
It was like nanobots.
Yeah, some nano.
But they attacked Poe, and that severely damaged him. And we get that because he's talking to the bounty hunter, and then he kind of, his eye twitches.
Yeah, the eye,
And and then he's like, oh, who are you? And the bounty hunter is just like, what?
Yeah, I just told you. He's like, well, somebody did an attack on me, and I've not quite been the same since.
And it's actually very sad, because you're just like, but Poe is just so helpful.
But one thing I noticed is he looks at, a watch, and it's a stopwatch thing to, keep him grounded, I guess.
In a sense, it's very much like that, as far as I can tell. So then we have, dude walks in, briefcase, throws it on the counter. It's just like, okay, whichever one of you is Takeshi Kovacs, leave me alone. Here's your money. And then, of course, then you have the best, I'm Spartacus.
No, I'm Spartacus.
Dude with sword. I'm Spartacus. I can't speak Japanese, so I'm not even going to attempt that. All the anime I've watched,
yeah, the only word I know is Nani, and that's much.
I would just nope.
But anyways, yeah. So I think it's 3 dudes.
3 dudes at first, and then he's just like, "You guys can settle
Yeah,
this."
I thought this might happen. Y'all figure it out, winner take all.
And then of course, you have everyone immediately just goes in for this grab and starts fighting each other. You have the owner of the bar is in there fighting people.
The bartender swings a briefcase, and the thing that blew my mind in all of this, the lounge singer is still trying to sing until a bullet whizzes past her.
Well, no, it doesn't even whiz past it. It hits the mic, and then that's when she's just
yeah, that's what it was.
Okay, I guess I'm done.
Time to go.
And so then it cuts, and it takes the dude goes outside, and then the lounge singer is waiting in a corner, and then just hey, what's up?
Yeah, just does a whole ambush, surprise.
And then just and of course that's Kovacs. And
because cross-sleeving is a thing.
He cross-sleeved. And it's that's I guess going to be a big thing about how easy it is to just swap. And, well, not really easy because they go through some stuff, but swap between sleeves. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's going to be kind of a hint as to what's going to happen during the season.
Because the whole thing is he was started the season in the recap, which it does before the episode starts. It's he's looking for Kel, but if Takeshi can body swap into a female lounge singer,
anybody can be anybody at this point.
It's literally extreme Guess Who.
And he was actually singing very well. So it literally is extreme Guess Who.
Oh gosh.
Cyberpunk Guess Who.
Awesome.
Oh my god. That would be awesome. awesome.
Just Keanu Reeves over here. If they had a cameo,
that would be awesome.
Because that game got announced before, you know.
But back to the subject. Yeah. Okay. Then, Bounty Hunter comes out, goes through the whole dialogue of, I have a job. Kovac is just like, not interested. Bounty Hunter shoots him in the back. He's just like, you shot me in the back. And she's just like,
I don't have time for this.
I have a deadline.
Shoots him again. And
it's just like... And then it's like, he gets spun up into one of the rooms with Axley.
Yes, Howard Axley.
And, he's just like, he shows him what sleeve they'll put him in. And he's like, I need you to protect me. There's a war going on in my world. And then, Kovac, does his envoy thing. It's just like, I'm in control. And of course, Axley is just like...
One important thing to note, too, is like, Axley, I think it's established he's like this multi-billion trillionaire. However,
yeah, he's a
lots of money.
Just like the dude from the first
season.
And so very rich. But he also mentioned that he was around before Stacks.
Right. Sailed the stars in a colony ship before Stacks were invented.
To plant the seeds of a new world while, I guess Earth itself was dying.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting concept because and they also kept mentioning that, elders. And so I think it's really going to, Kel herself is, I would assume, technically counts as an elder. And Kovac as well would count. Because they were before everyone really got spun up.
My thing is, I think the elders were an alien race. Because in season 1, it was talking about alien technology. We got it from them, a bygone product of it. And well, I'm not going to try to fast forward too bit, but there's this rock that a lady is staring at, and it had the little skeleton thing. I was what the heck is that?
You're right.
But
it's been a minute since
yeah.
One. But okay, so then he gets spun up into this new sleeve. So now Anthony Mackie is Kovac.
Right, which that was awesome hearing that he would be the actor.
It was.
I was just like, yeah.
Yes. He wakes up. Everybody's dead.
An X-Men Origins Wolverine just...
He really did. And then it's just he has to find a mirror, I guess, to kind of...
cope with the sleeve sickness, they call it. Which, if you've been died and rebirthed in several wholly different bodies, I'm pretty sure that'd mess you up completely.
Yeah, and so, he goes and there are all these dead bodies around. Yeah, and then, he basically gets, smashed into the mirror. And then it cuts and he's waking up and he's been stabbed with part of the glass. And it's just what is going on? Yeah. Because the whole time you were in this cut and it was doing the flashbacks between the last season when he, was into that sleep. So it's what is reality?
Riker, Kovac,
because you weren't sure if these bodies were from past memories or actually present day. Mm-hmm. And so we established that they are in fact Axley and his goons, and they're all dead. And then Kovac is just you said you knew where Quill was. Where is she? And he's she's not here.
And he has a poison thing creeping across his veins.
So
I'm not
somehow,
sure if that was a Reaper or some other thing.
It was something because it basically just, I'm assuming, wiped the stack.
Oh, you know what? No, that is a thing in season 1. There's a type of poison that when they raided Stronghold, it wiped out and diseased the stack.
Yep.
So actually wasn't coming back. Whoever did it knew exactly what they were. I forgot.
And that's when we established that we're back on Harlan's world, and
which is where they grew up. Him and Raylene, I think his sister.
Raylene.
Yeah,
his
grew
sister.
Up.
So you have that. He's just like, I don't want to be here. But, you know, and, you know, Poe is trying to tell him, well, we should try and get out of here. Or, like, try and see if, you know, Axley was respun up at the tower.
Right. And they're like, they're going to blame you for his death. Like,
yeah, so you want to make sure he's not.
Right.
But, so, you know, Kovac, he goes to his old, you know, apartment, hotel, wherever he was staying before he got captured the first time.
Right, by SeaTac dudes.
Jaeger.
Yeah, Jaeger, his name was.
And so, then, you know, he walks up to the dudes, and they were, like, making, like, some type of drug, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And he was just like, you know, he started speaking in Japanese, and he's just like, he says, like, this death poem. And then he says he's, basically, I forget the name.
Tanadeshi Hitaki, I think it is?
Hidashi. Something like that.
Yeah.
I cannot remember perfectly. But then, you know, like, the leader of the guy's just like, oh, so you don't recognize your own grandson?
You almost had me, but...
It's like, that's my grandson. But, of course, you know, rather than kill him, and, like, combat sleeve so far is like the magnet hands.
Oh my god. And also the whole, like, rapid healing and just...
And, like, because, like, when he first did the magnet, because he was just, like, actually said it was something about, you know, combat sleeve. And, and like, Poe was just standing there, and then just the guns, just magnet hands. And Poe was just like,
oh my.
I like that.
Oh my god.
But...
George Takei, like, literally did that.
He really did have it.
I love that part. That was awesome.
But then, you know, he meets with, you know, the Yakuza boss, and he's just like, this dude's an envoy. He let you catch him.
Yeah, it's like he wanted an audience. Like,
and he got one. And then he was just like, teach these youngsters something. Kovac just stands up, magnet hands again.
Then they're just like,
And it was just, you could see the shame, just...
These poor dudes just wanted to
They thought
do
they
their
were
job.
so tough, and it's just like 300-year-old.
Yeah, this 300-year-old mercenary, like, death lord over here, literally, like...
And so then, you know, we go, they get a place to stay, we see, also during this time, we see a lot more of, like, Poe's glitching, so... And it's really sad, because it's just like...
Yeah, like, you glitched again, Poe's like, oh dear, like, where are we going again?
I told you twice.
And it's just like, oh, I'm sorry. It's just like, oh,
and then, like, when they, you know, get to the hotel, you know, he puts Poe in the thing to, like... And it, like, pulls up, you know, the Nevermore, or...
The Raven.
The Raven.
Was an old hotel, yeah.
And yeah, because I said we might as well just call it the Nevermore, because it's...
Would be a more apt,
Because it's falling apart, and he's just like, it's kind of just, you know, broken like me, and it's just like... No!
Like, he just wanted to help people.
And then, you know, Kovac goes to the room... And then he's just kind of, you know, he starts talking to the Force Ghost Quell. That's what we're going to call this one. You know, that's in his memory. Or mind. Or it's a Force Ghost.
Illusion.
It's a literal Force Ghost.
I mean, kind of in a way.
And he's talking to her, and she's just like, you know, the answer's right in front of you. And then she's like, you know... you know, when we made the stacks, we tried to separate the mind from the body, but our bodies...
It's more complicated.
It's more complicated because our bodies are our experiences. Like, that, it stores our experiences. And, you know, being spun up again and again, do you lose these experiences or not? And then that's when he's just like... what do they call it?
Because there's a very specific thing they called it. They called it state-dependent memory, which, like, as a slight aside, it is a real thing. Like, olfactory, like, if your nose smells a flower, it can take you back to, say, a walk in the park or a memory you had, or, like, sensory feelings, memories attached to that.
It's like when you're out and about and you smell something and it reminds you of being a kid. And, like, you can remember, like, Saturday morning, like, the exact scene just from one smell.
Right. Or, like,
so it is a very
apple
real
pies.
thing. And it's good that, even though they've built this whole cyberpunk world,
science fiction, it's
still
grounded
in reality. Yes. So then he says that, and then he's just like, okay, let's try and, jog. Basically, with jogging memory, takes his knife and just, like, stabs himself in the same injury.
Yeah, and just starts digging around and like.
And the whole time he's like also yelling, and Poe is just sitting there downstairs, just like.
So he really going through it, huh? Like he had a bottle of whiskey and some drugs. Like.
Yeah, he just picked up some Poe.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine like.
But then he starts having these flashbacks to when he woke up in the sleeve. And then, like, the first thing we immediately see is Kel, like, jumping over a thing and just, like, and then he, like, beating him up. And he's just like, I did what you told me.
Yeah,
I survived.
And then she says very deliberately, I'm not here for you.
And then just stabs
him.
And so I think with
glass
that,
into his chest.
Intentionally, again, does not want to kill him. But
because she
also knows he just sleeved into this. He's going through the sleeve sickness. He's probably going to forget this encounter because his sleeve, he's not fully in that sleeve.
Because, his Force Ghost of Kel deliberately said state-dependent memory.
Well, he said state-dependent, but the Force Ghost
but like,
was just like, our body stores memories. What does this body remember?
And that's very, I think that was very telling of, like, a complex, the whole Light Yagami, like, just as planned.
It really was. It's just like,
you'd have to
what is
count
going on
on
with this Force Ghost? And, like, I'm wondering if this Force Ghost is more than just, like, if it really is a Force Ghost. Because, and granted, I fell asleep. But I remember you were saying, like, in Blade Runner 20...
Joy.
Like she put her memories and stuff into other people.
Oh, that.
Or the most recent one where it was like.
2049.
Yes.
Okay. Well, oh god, this is also that movie's been out like 2-3 years, so whatever.
I fell asleep.
Basically, one of the major plot points for that, was like this replicant that was born from Rachel, the original Nexus 8, like which isn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
She essentially started the revolution by like implanting false memories into people.
And so, like with that, I'm wondering if because Kel was the one who created the stacks, if she implanted memories into certain stacks, and like the whole time she's been orchestrating, if she is still alive, if she's been orchestrating this to keep the revolution going. Because on Harlan's world, we're also introduced to his daughter, who is apparently in charge now. And she was like, basically they were like, the revolution has a new face because it was just some random
Joshua Kemp, random.
And it was just like, we've talked and we're gonna ceasefire so we can keep going in the mines, which I highly doubt that's what happened. They just grabbed someone, spun it, threw someone else in the body, and just like, cool.
Yeah.
But it would make sense if Kel, because he very clearly has full conversations with this Force Ghost. And...
Well, because she was also there when he got spun up in
and
the
also
sleep. She might have implanted something on his stack or his...
even before he was still seeing the Force Ghost. And so that's why I'm wondering if she did something to them while they were, like, during the envoy training, because they had to go in, like, the rooms to, like, train to get out of the stuff.
A huge plot twist would be, envoys control the construct.
Yeah.
What if this whole thing is a construct? Like, simulation within a simulation, inception, like, because that would explain his Force Ghost, as you said.
Yeah, and, like, because the Force Ghost, it was always kind of weird how, and, like, I get, you have, like, this thing, and it's just, like, your subconscious, it's just, like, okay, just play it back again. slow it down, play it back. But Force Ghost Kel just seemed too connected with reality.
Clairvoyant.
Yeah,
really.
to where it's just like, our bodies have memories. What is this slavery?
Yeah, that's very...
Which, if it's just his subconscious, and, you know, he's going through it right now, because he's just like, I don't know if she really is alive. They're saying, you know, it's not love, it's obsession. Poe's going through it. Everything's just rough.
Just everybody's going through it.
And so, like, you can say, yeah, Kovac is, you know, a smart guy. And, like, trained to get out of situations. But Force Ghost Kel is very perceptive for
being a Force Ghost.
Yeah.
Knows...
Well,
essentially, that knows things that a subconscious or illusion
wouldn't think
or
of,
shouldn't know or think of.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, because Kovac in that scene, it could be argued, why would he think himself to, you know, state dependent
Wouldn't you have
memory?
just been like, because you could have easily, if you yourself were thinking it, just stab.
Yeah, you know, I don't really remember. Like, I think you're right in that that's very telling of where it might go next.
There's a lot more to it than we think.
There's one thing I forgot to. Going back to Old Man, you know, in Stronghold, in the original thing with that garden thing on Harlan's World, there were like the trees where they mined the materials for the stacks. Or like, Old Man was growing
his
ton
own.
of
He was
dead
attempting
shit.
to grow.
He successfully
he was.
did.
Yeah.
He said the only one grown in captivity, been a science experiment for centuries, and then he has a whole, you know, noir spiel about body and cells decay.
Our cells decay and our spirit also decays.
Yeah, what if the spirit across sleeves decay changes unquantifiable, but...
It's like, even if we are, you know, just living forever, we're not the same as we were before this.
Yeah, and that's been a big thing in the series across centuries and generations, is like, you know...
Yeah. And so I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the second episode. We're going to watch that next and do another play-by-play of that. So far, what would you rate the first episode?
On a scale of like 1 to 10, or good, bad, or just...
Good, bad.
So, I'd say good.
Good.
Action scene, there was...
Lots of action.
Granted, like one... No, there was a couple.
Few.
But, yeah, like, this series has always had...
I mean, it's...
Excuse me, getting a little dry, but... Anyways, I was going to say, yeah, you know, good action, great choreography, that whole type of deal. Great dialogue and great story.
So far, so good, is what I would say.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel disjointed from earlier seasons where you're like, wait a minute, what? Like,
yeah, it's like...
Continuation is pretty nice.